A carpenter needs to cut a brace to support a wall stud as shown in the figure. The figure shows a vertical wall stud. Perpendicular to that wall stud, we have a length of 15 feet leading out to the base of the brace, which leads up at an angle to the top of the wall stud. The brace should be 7 feet less than 3 times the length of the stud. If the brace will be anchored on the floor 15 feet away from the stud, how long should the brace be? Let's let the variable x equal the length of the stud. Then the length of the brace is equal to 7 feet less than 3 times the length of the stud, or 3x minus 7. The wall stud and the 15 feet length forms two sides of a right triangle, and then the brace forms the hypotenuse of that triangle. So we can use the Pythagorean theorem, and we know that 15 squared plus x squared is equal to 3x minus 7 squared. Now we can simplify. 15 squared is 225. So on the left we have 225 plus x squared. Then on the right we square the binomial to get 9x squared minus 42x plus 49. Now let's subtract 225 and x squared from both sides of the equation, and we have 0 is equal to 8x squared minus 42x minus 176. We can factor a 2 out of the right side of the equation because the greatest common factor of each term is 2. And we can also then divide both sides of the equation by that 2. And we have 0 equals 4x squared minus 21x minus 88. Factoring the right side, we have 0 equals 4x plus 11 times x minus 8. Now we can use the zero factor property to solve the equation. We have 4x plus 11 equals 0, or x minus 8 equals 0. If 4x plus 11 equals 0, then solving for x, we have x equals negative 11 fourths. We subtract 11 from both sides and then divide both sides by 4. If x minus 8 equals 0, then adding 8 to both sides, we have the solution x equals 8. X is the length of the stud. It cannot be negative, and so therefore we reject the solution of negative 11 fourths and instead only look at our solution of x equals 8. If x equals 8, then 3x minus 7 is 3 times 8 minus 7, which is 24 minus 7, or 17. We were asked how long should the brace be. The brace should be 17 feet. We also found that the wall stud is 8 feet. We can check the solution in the conditions of the problem. The brace is 7 feet less than 3 times the length of the stud. 3 times the length of the stud is 24, and 7 feet less than 24 is 17. And we can check using the Pythagorean theorem that 15 squared plus 8 squared is equal to 17 squared. Therefore, the brace is indeed 17 feet.